I bring Chris Broussard in, co-host First Things First, crushing it. That game last night, I'm not going to criticize teams for blowing leads because Denver-Phoenix, the NBA now is a game of runs.
Right.
That's just what it got. Teams, You can score 16 points. You can go to a 16-4 run. You get one guy that gets hot. So I'm not going to blame them for losing a lead on the road. That doesn't bother me. But I do think 18 seconds, Jason Tatum's ball with a pick coming up. You watched it. That's not good enough. 7-inch height advantage. Don't I have a reason to be concerned when I've seen this over and over for 5 years?
Absolutely. I mean, first of all, you're talking about the history. Certainly, like the reason they're putting up numbers, they're the best offensive team we've ever seen as far as ratings. Defensively, they're second in the league. But why are people still hesitant about going all in on the Celtics? It's because of the history you just said. We've seen them fail time and time again. So until they do it, we're not going to believe in them. That's fine. But there were some things, and I'm with you. Last night, 1 of 82, they won 11 straight. They were due for a loss. It happens. But there were things you saw that are patterns for them that scare you if you're a Celtics fan. As you said, they struggle in close games. Now, they're winning games by an average of 11 points.
Right.
So they're great blowing teams out. But when it's close, what you saw last night, that's one reason they're 2-3 in overtime games and 4-5 in games decided by 3 points or more.
That's right.
Jason Tatum, I love him, but he's one of the worst clutch shooters this season. He's fourth worst in clutch field goal percentage in the league this season, 32% in clutch moments. He's a great shooter, 48% overall. But in clutch moments, he's not delivering. And they're interesting, Colin, in that they've said, you know what, we're going to shoot more threes than anybody. We're going to have 5 guys on the court at pretty much all times who can shoot the three and spread you out. And I think they're an interesting test case because it's kind of like baseball with the analytics in baseball. The analytics will work over the 162 on average, but you get in the playoffs and the analytics aren't always what they were in the regular season. I wonder if the same could be true for Boston. They're going all in on these analytics. Let's just shoot more threes than everybody else. And it's working. But when you get in the playoffs with a team that has a week to prepare for you, sees you every other day, and the defenders are better and all of this and that, then will the analytics still stack up and work for them? I think if they work, you're going to see a bunch of copycats around the league. If it doesn't work, then I think people have to recalibrate.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at a small guard in Darius Garland. A small guard, not just a guard. And Tatum is a long, athletic wing who can put the ball on the deck. And he settled. Instead of leaning in, no shot Garland's going to block that shot. He leaned away. That's psychology. That's above the shoulders. That's just not. Austin Reeves isn't half as long or athletic. He leans in on everything. SGA, by the way, a thin guy. He gets to the free throw line constantly. Some guys create contact. Tatum in that moment didn't. So I want to talk about Phoenix. So they have been not what I thought. Now, some of it is nobody's ever healthy. But they beat Denver last night. Again, it was a game of wild swings. It's the NBA. There's 82 games. I don't take a ton. Durant beat you in overtime. He's great. Your takeaway, I thought Phoenix would be better. J-Mac never bought into him. His takeaway is Beal's never healthy. KD gets hurt. What is a disappointment? If they win 2 playoff series, lose in the conference finals, are you satisfied? Because I don't think anybody matches up perfectly with Denver, but what are you looking for to make that KD move redeemable and defendable?
I think we're satisfied with a run to the conference finals now because we have been disappointed with them from what they did last year once KD got there and then what they've done this year. So expectations have been lowered. If you had said when KD was traded there, or when they traded for Bradley Beal after that, they're going to get beat in the Western Conference Finals, we all would have said, oh, my gosh, what a disappointment. It's championship or bust for this team when they put it together. But because they haven't been what we expected, now our expectations have lowered. But really, it still should be championship or bust, not finals or bust. They were in the finals a few years ago. Kevin Durant's won 2 championships. It should be championship or bust. And their problem, obviously, the health. But let's just say if they could get healthy, they still have a problem in that they're the worst fourth quarter team in the league in several metrics, which is an insult and an indictment on Frank Vogel, the coach, on Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, who are 2 of the greatest players in the league, and even Bradley Beal. Why can't they get it done in the fourth quarter? One thing is they don't have a point guard. Now, you can look at Devin Booker averaging 7 assists all you want, or 6.8, and Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal can give out some assists. That doesn't make you a point guard. They don't have the guy that in the fourth quarter, when every possession matters, that can get the ball to the right guy, that can get it to him in the right spot, that can settle everybody down, that can control the tempo. They don't have that. They just got guys that can, they can dribble it up the court and make a good pass here or there, but they're not point guards. That's why they're bad in the fourth quarters, and that's a problem for them.
So I said this, even though in the last 2 years the Lakers have played Denver 11 times and they've lost most, I find that the games look very similar. That the Lakers have the size and experience to go toe-to-toe with Denver. They just don't have 4 talented first-round guys in their prime. Jokic, second-rounder, but Jamal Murray, Porter, Gordon. These are first-round talents. These are guys in their prime. Jokic, second-rounder, developed into the best player in the league. I can make an argument the Lakers only have one elite player in their prime, and that's AD, and he's an old 30 because of the injuries. And so I think they're D-Lo away. If D-Lo was a consistent 18-7 player, I think they could beat Denver maybe in 7 if they got some breaks. But I think the Lakers are funny. They won the in-season tournament because they're very good in one-game situations. It's why they can match up with a Boston or Denver. I may not trust them in a series, but I do think they match up with Denver better than Golden State, better than Phoenix, better than young OKC, which doesn't rebound particularly well. I don't know. I have been very, not anti-Laker, but pessimistic. But AD's healthy. Austin Reeves is a very nice contributing piece. LeBron's still an elite offensive player. I kind of buy them is facing Denver in the conference finals. What say you? Is that too optimistic?
Yeah, I think it's too optimistic to say they're right there with Denver. Now, you're right. All these games that they lose, I think it's 8 straight now, they do play them close. And then Denver controls the fourth quarter and wins a fairly close game. That's what they did throughout that sweep last year. So I don't think they can beat Denver in a series. They just can't. All right. But what I do think is that they could potentially beat anyone else in the West. Like Denver's the only team definitively that's better than the Lakers in the West, even though the Lakers are the 9th seed. I mean, Phoenix, not that Phoenix couldn't beat them, but you're not scared of Phoenix. You're not scared of Dallas. Sacramento, who's had their way with the Lakers recently, but still, you're not afraid of them because of the experience. OKC is inexperienced. All right, their future is bright, but they are too inexperienced. I would take the Lakers in the series over them. The Clippers, the Lakers have had their number recently, the last couple of games after the Clippers owned them for a while. So I agree with you as far as being optimistic that the Lakers could make a deep playoff run, but I don't think they can beat Denver. I think the Nuggets are too good for them. For the Lakers, I think they have to hope they avoid the Nuggets and someone else, like the Clippers or some other team, upsets Denver, and then they don't have to beat them to get to the finals. But I think it's a long shot for the Lakers to get to the finals. But Denver's the only team definitively better than them in the West.
By the way, Lakers match up with OKC pretty well. Have you seen Wemby in person?
Oh, very well.
Have you seen Wemby in person?
Yeah, Wilds, Nick, and myself went to a game at the Garden, Madison Square Garden, a few months ago. Not his best game. All right, so it wasn't really much to write home about. But I love Wemby. Colin, we haven't seen anything like this. This guy, I think, is going to dominate the league. It's all going to come down to, as far as where he ends up being ranked all time, is how much he wins. And you don't know he looks like he's got the dog in him to me.
Yeah.
Like he wants to shoot it. He wants to play all the time. He works hard. Like, I think he's got the right attitude, but you don't really know how someone's going to react in those huge moments until they get there. I never thought we'd see LeBron struggle like he did against Dallas in that finals in 2011, but that was the weight of all the pressure on him kind of coming to bear on him. So how will Wemby be when he gets to those huge moments with everyone expecting him to be awesome? So that's what we have to see. But the tools, everything is there. I think this offseason, he just works on getting stronger. And I think next year he comes back definitely as a top 10 player in the league.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. Defensively, he already is. Brew, first things first after us. Best dressed man on cable TV right there, buddy. Good seeing you again.
You too, Colin. Thanks.